Up, Wedding Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's anime nerdigan review is going to be for Hajimete no Gal Season 1, Episode 2, titled My First Karaoke. And there are some things in this episode that I really like. Like, in the beginning, I like how they changed the order of the scenes because it really fit for Janucci's inner monologue really nicely. Yeah, his mom stuff was skipped, but whatever. Something else that I really like that they did was when his friends were getting all jelly that they had like otaku, virgin, alone forever, that kind of shit. I thought that was so goddamn good. And then something I really liked that they did was and this is for the inner monologue near the beginning of the episode. I'm sorry, I went out of order for a second. Is that instead of just having Janucci doing the inner monologue, what they did was they had his inner emotions basically do the inner monologue, and they added a little bit more to it. So I really like that. Something I don't like about this anime is that it's too raunchy for me. Like, and I know raunchy anime. I've seen or I've read extremely raunchy manga, but the problem with this one is that Yuma is way she is just way too revealing. Like, tits are just out, nips are out, and everything, and that just bothers me because that's not what it is in the manga. And you are really making Yame a slut when she really isn't a slut like that. But another thing I didn't like, even though I like that the placement for uh, Shinpei's explanation of the karaoke triple X rules, I thought that was a good place to put it, because what happens in chapter 6 is Janucci is going to karaoke with Yame-san, and he's like, before going into the flashback, he's like, I remember hearing something at school the other day, and it was from Shinpei, and and for the most part, it was pretty accurate. The only problem I have with it, and it just got extremely over dramatic, was when Shinpei like basically was dying and he would have blood trickling down his mouth. I was like thinking to myself, this is just way too over dramatic. Because in the manga, he just goes like, argh. It's not a place where you're supposed to have sex. He's supposed to be angry. He's not supposed to be dying. He's supposed to be raging. And I'm just like, this doesn't work. And well, the scene's supposed to take place in a classroom, first of all, but I don't, for the sake of the flow of the episode, I don't mind it being outside because it actually works really nicely. But at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, Yame-san was the one that asked Janucci to karaoke in the first place. Whatever. I'm curious what you, especially the manga fans, I'm curious what you guys think of this about this anime is that it's having girls that don't even really notice Janucci for a while, just automatically just notice him. I'm just like, huh? What is this for? This is stupid. Oh my god, why are you doing this to me, anime? You were doing so well. Why are you putting crap that doesn't even need to be here in this episode? Like, where is Janucci, like, just about to kiss Yami-san's selfie? That's what I was looking for. this episode. So where is that? I haven't seen it at this point, and this is like how many minutes in? This is like 10 minutes in. I'm like, huh? You should have finished the stuff that was in chapter 3 and 4 already, and we should be on chapter 5. I don't understand why you're doing this. This is pretty goddamn stupid, if you ask me. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention chapter 3. So, you're not going to show the indirect kiss. You're not going to show Janucci basically kissing a selfie, but you're going to show shit that's not even should be in this episode of the anime. Like, I just don't understand. Like, this is just freaking ridiculous. I don't get it. You did so well last week, Hajimete no Gal. Like, what the hell happened? So on the bright side, we did jump back to chapter 4, but they kind of did it wrong. Like, when he was talking to his friends, and all this stuff, this was supposed to be happening at lunchtime, and they were supposed to be sitting at a table. Nah, that wasn't happening at all. And because they didn't show the indirect kiss, it kind of fucked up the events of this chapter, because it was supposed to be an outline of last time a kiss greeting. I might have ruined an indirect kiss chance with Yami-san last time, but I haven't given up, is what I'd say. But I can't talk to her at all. That part, I can't talk to her at all. No, that wasn't there. It was, yeah, ever since we came to school, she's been hanging out with her friends. That's what it was. What it was supposed to be for the lunch portion, it was supposed to be, this really is the place I belong. Hey, what are you guys going to do about lunch? I have a bento, but that doesn't involve you at all, Carrie Pippi-san. Agreed. Normal fags go home, huh? Let me just make sure check my notes and make sure the rest of it's here. The one thing I do like about this scene, where like Sheppy and his friends are like denying Janucci, is when his friend is like, did you ask Yami-san if she has a little sister yet? I think that's like the best part of that scene. Because the rest of it, I gotta blame. Part of it's the writing, and part of it's the scene, because the scene's just wrong. But this is from Sheppy here, was skipped. Shut up, we don't know about the small details, but from our eyes, there's plenty to be jealous about. Go eat with your girlfriend. Goodbye. Let's go to the cafeteria. Oh, wait. And then he's supposed to be eating by himself, but I don't know if they're going to show... I didn't know at the time if they were going to show that or not, because this episode is definitely one of the terrible twos, unfortunately. It really is. Why the hell is Nini here? And we jump back to chapter 6, to where Yami-san is asking Junichi to go to karaoke, but why the fuck is Nini here? She's not even transferred to the school yet, so why the fuck is she here? Like, that's one thing I don't like about this anime, is they're kind of fucking up the lore. It's like, dude, come on. At least have the right characters be there at the right time. Like, this is not the time for Nini yet. Like, all this dialogue that's being said about Nini right here is all supposed to come later in the manga, or it should be later in the anime. It's not even supposed to be here in this episode, because Nini is supposed to transfer, and then she sees Junichi and Yami holding hands, and then she gets jealous, because at this point in the manga, Junichi still is having trouble even talking to girls, so I don't understand why the fuck he's starting to get, popular with the girls now, when he still has to go through some shenanigans with Yami-san before she feels confident with women. So God, this episode's really pissing me off. I'll go get us some drinks, so you go on in. Okay, this part was skipped, but now we're back to the main content of chapter 6, which is what the title chapter, or what the episode, sorry, the title of the episode is basically based off of, which to me makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, for me, I'm just like thinking, if you just wanted to do episode 6 or chapter 6, just do chapter 6. Like, don't like lump in a bunch of crap. Like, this is ridiculous. But I'm really disappointed in this episode, guys. After I'm done, giving my overall analysis of this, I'll tell you what I wanted in this episode. And this is a 2-person karaoke box. I'm so much smaller than The ones wait, it's supposed to be, it's so much fucking typo manga, it's so much smaller than the ones I go to with the guys. I'm all alone with the girl in this small room, but I'm glad the sign was there about this box is for karaoke, please refrain from any other activities in the box. And then that's when the flashback was supposed to be here, but they did it earlier about, and this is in regards to the triple X karaoke rules, but I don't mind it being where it was, because that, you know, and then the more I think about it, Junichi, his mission was to try and get her to do karaoke instead of kissing her, which was the original mission. Was in the manga originally was to get her Yami to kiss him for chapter 2 and 3, but whatever. The line here, okay, I gotta blame the writing staff on this, because the line was supposed to be, or I was just getting my voice ready, huh? Looks like you're really up for this then. Not this bullcrap that you gave us, writers. I don't know what is going on with the writers in anime right now. It is just, they're just hit and miss lately. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Like, what would have made me forgive this episode is, especially since they skipped like good chunks of chapters 3 and 4 and 5, is if like at this part here where Janucci says Yami, well, he didn't say I'm worrying too much about this, he should have. Yami won't even let me kiss her, let alone go that far. If they would have shown like him trying to kiss the selfie or doing the indirect kiss stuff, like if they would have put that there, then I would have forgive this episode. But they didn't. It was a very big missed opportunity. And there they go with the censoring. Like, I guess you can see Yami's pussy through her underwear. Like, that's just like, man, they must have been drawing really well, pussy really well, if they're censoring it like this. This is crazy. Or Yami is just really is wearing a thong or something. You really fucked up the fantasy anime. Like, considering what you did last episode and made it even raunchier than it made it like basically hentai last week, you could have had this part here, which was, no, wait, that'll just make it even harder here. What? It could end up turning into something like that. That was skipped. Like, why? I would say what really brought this episode to life was the singing. Did it redeem it? Maybe a little bit, but you know, they skipped. Well, actually, I sing this all the time for Junichi, because that's what he does. He sings anime songs all the fucking time. So I don't know why you didn't mention it, but whatever. This is starting to feel weird, but it feels good. Totally different to karaoke with my friends with Skip. But something I really like is when when each of the rules happens. I love the animation for it. I think it's great. I think like that and the singing and stuff stuff like that brings the manga to life. But I still don't like this episode, guys. I'm sorry. I still don't like this episode. Even though there are some good things to this episode, there's a lot of bad stuff in this episode. I don't know how to feel about the pretty boy personality. Like, I like the voice. The look, I think, is a little too bulky for me. It's okay muscle-wise, but the hair is orange. Like, that is so random. Why does the pretty boy personality have orange hair? Like, that's just weird. I don't know, man. I'm kind of weirded out by the orange hair. I'm just like, what? So, they're doing, the pretty boy personality is having this long ass monologue. It's way longer than it needs to be about the passionate kiss, and I was like thinking, that was supposed to be like way back. Like, why is the pretty boy mentioning this? Pretty boy doesn't talk about this. Like, I will say this though, it does fit the pretty boy personality. I will agree with that, but I just don't feel like it has a place here. It doesn't. If the Four Eyes would have mentioned the like the kiss, like it was mentioned in the manga and stuff like that, that, or it did mention that like he hasn't kissed her yet, but like in the anime, but they didn't pressure him, Junichi, to kiss Yame-san. That's the problem I had. One of the biggest problems I have with the episode is it didn't focus on the first mission that Junichi has, which is kissing Yame-san. It doesn't matter if I'm a virgin was skipped, but I do like when Yame mentions the nose hair, that the cool personality just like fucking loses it. I fucking like that. That was funny. I will say this though, I did like the setup at the end of the episode. I thought that was really, really good. But let me tell you guys what I would have liked for this episode. If I had it my way, what it would have been, I said it earlier, this episode would have been about Junichi trying to kiss Yame-san. That's what this episode should have been. The next episode should have been the karaoke episode. That's just my opinion, but that's what I think. It would have worked out, it would have laid out a lot better for me. It wouldn't have felt so rushed. And the other thing I have a problem with is that I don't like Nini and, class pres or class rep hitting on Junichi right away. And freaking A, Nini's not even supposed to be in the picture yet. So that's the other main thing that bothers me. But for the most part, this episode was really, I did not like it. I did like when we got to the actual karaokeing. I liked that part of the episode. I did like some of the stuff that it did with the interpersonalities. I thought that was good. But other than that, this was not a good episode. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.